morning from Walker Lake. This is basically day 3 of a road trip that I'm doing, the Loneliest Highway. I've made it to Carson City where I got my second stamp. I started in Dayton since it was on the way. And everybody I've run into at these Chamber of Commerces so far has been really incredible and really nice. So we're going to go check out the historic district. And if you didn't know, Carson City is actually the capital of Nevada, the state that I love so much. So it'll be fun to go check out the historic district. I'm doing only the Nevada portion, and today's the day where I actually get started on that part of the road trip. The first night I stayed in Beatty at the little pond. The second night I stayed here at Walker Lake. It rained all night. The plan is to drive to Lake Tahoe, but it's raining here, and I did look up the forecast there and it said it was snowing. So if it's snowing too bad in that pass going into Lake Tahoe, I'm probably going to skip that portion of the road trip. It really is a bummer. But if it is that way, then I'm just going to start the road trip in Carson City. I really wanted to go see Virginia City. I'm just really curious to see how the weather is up there. I did look it up, and it's supposed to be raining in Carson City and Lake Tahoe, but Virginia City is pretty close to there. So I'm hoping that a good portion of my plans aren't ruined, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I introduce myself. My name is Diane, and this is Out and About with Diane, where I like to adventure, camp, explore, and basically do anything outdoors. I love adventuring, and I love bringing you along, giving you some good ideas for some adventures, giving you tips, and hopefully encouraging you to get outside. It doesn't take much to get outside. So if you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button, and if you enjoy the video, please hit the like button. All right, let's get started with video number 1 for the Loneliest Highway road trip. Alright, so we are at the Dayton State Park. This is one of the stops on the Loneliest Highway. It's off of Highway 50. It's pretty busy. It's a pretty busy highway right now in this area. The state park is actually relatively small, but there is a campground and there's a picnic area. There's restrooms, place to stretch, and look around. It's along the Carson River, but we're not gonna hike to the river today on this trip. But it is nice to see what this little state park is all about. The campground is relatively small also. I'm gonna drive through and give you guys a peek. But it is really beautiful today. It's rainy off and on. You wouldn't even know it's the middle of April. It doesn't feel like springtime here. It feels like the end of winter. But all right, we are going to head on down the road. Now behind me is a firehouse and a jail. Pretty interesting. I love the textures and the colors of it. They're trying to restore it, so that is pretty awesome. I love when they're bringing history back to life. Pretty neat. Come here, Brucey. Come here, stay. Come here. I am guessing that that bottom portion was the jail. Pretty interesting. Maybe the top portion was the jail, I'm not sure. Been trying to find the Chamber of Commerce building, but I can't find it. The address is 550 Highway 50, but I don't think that address exists. I don't know. I'm having a hard time finding it, but I'm glad because I stumbled upon all the historic buildings. Alright, I've made it to Carson City where I got my second stamp. I started in Dayton since it was on the way. And everybody I've run into at these Chamber of Commerces so far has been really incredible and really nice. So we're going to go check out the historic district. And if you didn't know, Carson City is actually the capital of Nevada, the state that I love so much. So alright, so we're at the state capitol building. It is really beautiful, very historic. There's so much history around this neighborhood too that you could spend literally an entire day or an entire weekend just checking out the museums, the Railroad Museum, the state capitol. There is just incredible history around here, but I'm not going to spend too much time here because I still want to make a couple more stops for the day, and I want to get to one more Chamber of Commerce before it closes. But I highly recommend spending some quality time here in Carson City. So I'm in the little town of Fallon, Nevada. When I was in the Navy, this was one of the most dreaded places to get stationed. I was always told there's nothing out here and it's so barren, there's nothing to do, and it was like a prison sentence almost. Well, when I drove through, this is just the most adorable little town. It's so sweet and like so quaint. There's children playing at the park without adults. Like, it's safe here, and it's truly a really nice place. I highly recommend. Unfortunately, I didn't add enough time to my little itinerary for this stop, but I did take a little drive through the old town, and now I'm at the park letting Bruce run around real quick before we head on out. Totally miss that sound of jet noise. We get some of it in Las Vegas, but not quite that often as much as I was used to living and working near the Navy air bases. Alright, you guys, I'm cooking dinner. I've got the door cracked because I'm using the jet boil inside. I'm gonna make some noodles. Bruce has even got a little meal over there, a little special treat. And yeah, it's snowing here, so we're gonna probably just call it an early night and then get up early, head back to Austin. I've already been to Austin. I created an entire video about Austin, so I'll have that linked in the description below of the next video, but Austin will be a separate video, so make sure that you're subscribed and hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and leave comments below of things that I missed on this road trip so far from Carson City to basically outside of Austin, Carson City to Fallon. And let me know what I missed. Let everybody else know what you missed. Obviously, I'm only one person. I can't see everything. But I definitely want to head back up here soon. Alright, I will see you in the next video. Bye!